Hey everybody, peace, peace. Hope everyone's doing well. So I just wanted to do, first of all, I'm so really happy to see that Riz did a video. Yes. Um, because for me, he was someone that I came across that could see the in-between. My story will never change on how excited I was to find somebody else that could see the in-between, but he was doing it publicly. It's awesome. So stoked to share this video. But I'm on here for a reason because I want to show you something. This is what the sun is, right? We're in this thing, by the way. Okay, we're in that, and we are. Okay? And I'm going to show you something real quick. So this is a video. This is Riz's video. I'm going to Scooby-Doo back for a second. Try to find, okay, so he's got a couple of pictures here, right? Remember, that was the sun we just looked at. Okay? Excuse me, I just had a grilled cheese sandwich, so it's digesting a little weird. Anyway, so I'm just going to do this super quick, Scooby-Dooing backwards. You know, if you have a hard time seeing, he'll show you. You know, there's a lot of us out here trying to show you. Okay, so I believe this is the fire in California, right? And, you know, you can see the entities. Doesn't that look like the what? Sun. Okay, so but that's not the picture I wanted to focus on here. That's from California. Fires, I'm assuming, with the palm trees and such, and you can see the supernatural entities because they use fire brings life, right? Okay, we'll keep it basic, keep it simple. Okay, so I want to go back here for a second because he has an awesome picture of, oh, look at you. Ooh, look at that shadow being. Wow, hey now. All right, he has a picture of the highway, okay? That is right here. Sorry, just give me a second here. This is kind of a very impromptu. I'm like, ooh, he posted a video. Let me repost it. Okay, so this is the sky, right? Okay, hold on a second. Really? Come on, give me a steady shot here. Give me a steady shot, please. Okay, if you can't see that entity. Yeah. Hello. Oh. Anyway, sorry, I'm screwing around now. All right, real quick like a bunny. I'm trying to get a, oh, here we go. This is the highway, okay? He's showing a picture of the highway, right? This is the highway. You can see the cars, so we're just going to keep it basic, right? That's the sky because that's matter, all right? It's matter, and it's a huge face. And this is what they're using. They're using the matter. This is the holes in the sun. I keep saying it. We're in the sun. We're in the sun, right? There's no coincidence. Fire in the sky, right? They spray the sky blue every day, just so you know. And I've been saying this for a long time. But sometimes people in the back peeking through the bushes need to hear. So this is the highway. That's a road. That's a car. That's the sky, okay? It's the same thing. We're in the sun. And I will defend that to the ground. Same picture, just zoomed in closer, okay? And you can see all the entities because we're in the spirit world, all right? That's demonic. You can see the eyes right there. He's even got a little chin going, a little chin hair going on there. He's got a mouth, nose, eyes, etc. Let me Scooby-Doo back to the sun for the people in the back, right? That's an excellent, look at it, like, demons are here. And you all might be experiencing, okay, that's still the sky, right? Scooby-Doo a little faster, doodle-doodle-doodle, right? He's showing you the pictures of the fire. He's pushing pictures of the sky, right? Oh, and wait. Entities and the fire in California. And then we have the sun. Ta-da! The sun. It's the same thing. We're in a mirror. We're in a mirror. You can see the face in here. There's tons of them in here. The sky is really red. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. This is for like the extra special people. You know, it's there. You know what I mean? It's really there. It's really there in your face. And this is all I wanted to show. I'm super stoked you did a video. It is. I did share it in the community. He does an excellent job at a closer look at the supernatural. I mean, he really like zooms. He does even a way better job than me, and I love when he does a video. I know a lot of folks have missed him in doing a closer look at the supernatural, and there's some of us out here that continue to do that because it's intense now, right? And it's going to get intenser, and like even with the fog, back to it all has consciousness. It all has consciousness, right? Before you came here this time, you were the air, you were the bird, you were the light, you were the wind. Do you know what I mean? We all know we're in this fake construct. I feel like it's a copy of the original construct of Tiamat. We're in the phantom. We're in what you call the phantom matrix, right? Where we have we're also seeing Tiamat, right? And I don't know about you, but I am, and then you have you know Tiamat appearing and showing herself. Whatever Ra is about, Ra is revealing what is going on. It's just my take on this. You believe what you want, but it's a spectrum of light, right? To break down the veil even more. And they know what they're doing. The governments know what they're doing. Little Elon Musk knows what he's doing. And this is what the spray, when they spray, right? It's for them to add, like, they have to have the matter. Some of this stuff never walked the earth before. And we are in this time where this stuff is entering our world because it wasn't allowed to, it never walked the earth. And we all know that the Vatican opened up dark portals, right? So much so that the Pope is being haunted by demons. And it's been very public knowledge. So we're not making this up. It's just there. So I was just wanted to do a super quick closer look that this is the sun, right? And then we have the sky. That's the same thing. Hi, Dragon Sage. So, it's just is what it is. It's there. Proof is in the pudding. I just want to show this super quick. Supernatural entity, because water brings life too, but fire brings life. And it does supernatural entities coming in our world through the fire, through the waters, through the storms. They're using everything that they can. Sorry, I'm just trying to find that picture, that picture of the sky, which that is, but he has it zoomed in. That demonic being right there. And they are attaching onto physical bodies in this world. And they are. Go outside. I was just watching a video on, that's the sky. That's the sky. I was just watching a video because that's the sky on the folks that are homeless out there on the street, and they're in active addictions. And I have to write a paper, right? So I'm like, trying to find my topic, and I think I found my topic, but like when you're out there using active addictions, that's an entity, that's a demonic entity, and it is. Demons are looking to attach onto the physical body right now, and they don't need addictions, by the way. It depends on your vibration. Most of us who are very, I don't want to use the word sensitive, because I don't mean like you're sensitive like, ooh, you're weak, like meaning you're strong and you're smart, and like to just keep to yourself, right? The hermit mode, it would probably come out if I pulled my cards right now, like you're more in the hermit mode, right? The Virgo energy, hermit mode, because of the level of chaos that's going to keep happening, because we are in a civil soul rising right now. And it's a spiritual one. We came from the spirit world. We're still in the spirit world, and we shall return to the spirit world. But this world is such a dense place that most forget that they're in the spirit world. And they reprogram everybody. And I'm not saying anything new. This has all been discussed before. It's just, sometimes we have to circle around and remind the ones, that don't understand what's going on, that, so that they can armor up, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is absolute power. You're not going to want to put yourself around people crowds, a lot of, you know, because you're going to just start seeing some strange stuff. I mean, we already are, right? I'm going to show you, like, I swear I posted that UFO months ago. Hold on a second. I'll show you real quick like a bunny. Hold on. Ooh, sorry. I'm still here. Just let me pull up my community real quick. You know, the fog that's coming in, that's consciousness too. A lot of stuff is hiding in that. You know, I know I posted this, like, I don't even know how long ago, but American Underground Army, he's a retired, you know, clearly he's retired military. He's got intel. You know, what he's saying is real. It's really real. It's really, you know, but with all due respect, you all want to listen to these bigger channels, right? Not present company excluded, but like, it's just interesting that so many of us have been discussing this and talking about it, right? Oh, look at you. And that's not something on my screen, by the way. But, you know, you have these larger channels who are agents, if you will. Oh, because they say it's happening, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't do this for followers. I just enjoy doing this channel. I enjoy showing the supernatural, the paranormal, the strange and unusual. This is spiritual growth. This is all about spiritual ascension for me, and sharing it with you. And because you're on your spiritual quest, you know, because you understand the world is not what we wish, you know, programmed to think, if you will, because you've pretty much known that like your whole life, you know, but we fall in and out of this behaviors and patterns, but like a lot of us are at that level of like, oh, no, we're not going back to that behavior, and we're not going back to that pattern either. So it's just staying in awareness. It's staying in a higher vibrational consciousness, right? The Christ consciousness, if you will. But I swear I've shared this picture before, but I did it one more time. I know I've shown the fog in New York. Because that's energy, that's entities coming through. They show us in everything. It's just, you know, who's paying attention, who isn't. I posted a little bit about, like, I was reading about Nibiru, and I even said, like, I don't believe in planets. But because, you know, I was just reading what was in the text, that's, you know, just for people to grasp. And I also said we're on a carcass, and even Christ tells us that, like, we're in the land of bones. And here we go. We got these people who are like raising tombs. Like, stop raising tombs. Please stop. You don't know what you're doing. I don't care who you are. You are dealing with levels of supernatural, just like when the indigenous, the Native Americans, you know, when the Masons came over and stole their freaking land, right? Do you know what the Native Americans did? When they were buried, they cursed the land that anyone that came along to move or overtake or destroy or rebuild on their bodies will be cursed. And there's a lot of that going on, and that's a real thing. People just don't, you know, they just don't get it. Like, you just got to stop playing with this stuff. We're in a graveyard. It's pretty evident. But, you know, you believe what you want. But I was posting, where is it? Real quick. There's Anubis, because Anubis is here. So, like this, you know, like, this is Hopi prophecy. It's the same thing. No difference. Super hermit mode, me too. I love my own company. I prefer my own company. I don't got time for dilly-dallying games and all that crap. That's something. This is the River Charles, okay? And that is something sitting in the sky last night. It's huge, right? It even has a crack in it right there, right? That's huge. And over in here too. And you can I can start seeing. Oh, you know what I want to show you too? Oh, I'm so excited because I saw it. I saw it, like, you're going to see the glitches in the matrix, right? You're going to see this stuff. It's going to be at a completely different vibration. Been saying that for a long time. But it's at a different vibration. That's why it looks funky. It looks different. That's why Ra looks different when we see Ra in the sky, because some say it's something burning through the fascia, maybe. But, you know, whatever. I see it as Ra. Wormwood, whatever, you know, suit your fancy. Gets at a whole different vibration right there, right? This thing's massive. So let me show you the glitch in the matrix from one of the storm watches. Reed Timmerman, I think his name is, because Oklahoma's out there. Keep your head up because there's tornado warnings in effect. So let me show you real quick. Okay, so so here we go. I'll show you. I was watching his video. This is the storm chase. The boots on the ground. God bless these guys. So he's driving along. You can see this is a bridge and underpass. He's driving under. You can see the glitch right here. You can see there's a being sitting right there. Right, there's a ship. There's a whole ship sitting here. Right, ready? That's a whole ship. It's a huge glitch. Right? This is the world he's in, and this is the other world showing through. Right? I think it's incredible. You know, it's not because it's distorted, it's because it's a literal, like, this is pushing through. This is pushing through over this matrix, right? And it's literally sitting on the overpass right here. You see it? Let me do it this way. Maybe this is a better view. You see it? It's sitting on the overpass. But when it fixes, it's just the overpass. You don't see it. So it's a glitch in the matrix. Do you see the entity right there? It's got its mouth open, matter coming out of it. There's the eyes. It's got a bulb kind of nose, stuff spewing out of its mouth. You got one over here as well. And I just happened to catch it. I'm like, because I love doing this stuff. And then look at, you got a shadow entity right here, because it's a shadow entity. It's not like, oh, it's something that looks that way. A huge glitch of look at. You can see his curly beard. Look at his eyes right there. You can see that, his nose. He's got a thick beard. Or he's got something on his head there. Because that's really behind the matrix. You know? It's worlds within worlds. So I just thought this was amazing. And this was on his way he's in Oklahoma. I don't know if he still is, but he was chasing a tornado. I wonder if those guys even understand. And I say that very respectfully. Like, I wonder if they understand that this is not just clouds forming and wind happening. It's really large, ancient shit entering our world. Supernatural on a supernatural, paranormal level. I do wonder. I do wonder if they see that. I mean, I don't know how you can't see it, but I'm not them. So, I never try to assume. Because you know what that means. You don't make an ass of yourself. So this is still the spiral, they want to call it. Again, I don't believe in the planets. And I don't. I believe there's water above. I believe there's other realms there. I believe we're seeing through the blue into the other realms. Other realms are pushing through our world. It's, it's the great convergence, worlds within worlds within worlds. But I just want, just a Hopi prophecy shows us. Some would say, oh, that's a snake. No, it's not. Actually, that's like a serenity piece, honestly. Everything's the number 9. Everything's the spiral, right? Your water spirals down. Your toilet spirals down. Everything goes, the wind spirals. That is telling us about Nibiru, all right? The mothership is here. And the mothership is here. So that's all I really wanted to show. I felt it was really, I just thought it was super dope that he came on and did a video. I've been kind of waiting for a little bit for him to do that. Is there anything else I wanted to show y'all before I go? Okay, yeah, I took some screenshots. Okay, so this is, from RIZ's video. This is the sky, but it's the sun. This is what they're talking about when I don't know, whatever they call it, the magnetic field goes down around us, meaning the blue, and there's the hole. Like, a lot of us are filming the hole because they're in here. See, they're coming through the holes that we're looking at, and in the sun, they're in our world now. That's the portal open. That's how I take that. The Vatican, those are the portals. They've been ripping and tearing for years to get in through the fascia in our world. And I'm gonna show you real quick. Hold on, real quick, like a bunny. Okay, this. Okay, so and this is connected to Neptune and what's going on with that. And these are titans, right? These are titans, these are deities. We've already established that. We've already established the comets, you know, are hip joints and elbows and fingers and toes and legs and body parts and huge heads. I've shown what some are saying are planets. I've shown it's a huge celestial head with a helmet on it, but it's all in what you want to believe, you know. So all right, so this was okay. So Nibiru is capable, this went back to with Into Thin Air. You know, I was discussing it earlier in the live when Into Thin Air showed that anomaly months ago, right? That everyone was jumping on the bandwagon, not even giving him credit, um, in the water. And I came across this and I was like, hot damn, I knew it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew it. I just, my instincts, I trust them. So Nibiru is capable of adjusting to that environment. Like, we should have been completely wiped out. When you'd have to take a craft beneath the sea, Nibiru is capable of adjusting to that environment. That is the 4 separate atmospheres that all the crafts titled Nibiru as a part of Nibiru fleet is capable of adjusting to. It's intelligence. It has a higher intelligence. It has been integrating into our world for years. For years. So I find it fascinating. And this can, like, just backs it up. You know what I'm saying? So that is why they're capable of adjusting to all atmospheres of changes such as Ta, earth, Mu, water, Nefuru, air, Set, fire. The command to activate these is simply Tamunifasat. Nibiru and all of its crafts were also equipped with 4 separate magnetic fields. All right, what's been screwed with? Our magnetic field has been completely screwed with, which is a person, a place, an object, or situation that exerts attraction. Nibiru is capable of being magnetized or attracted by a magnet, meaning to operate by means of magnetism, such as magnetic recorder, relate to the magnetic poles of where we are: Earth, Tiamat, Kai, Pachamama, Pikalebo, dirt. We're in the bones, the land of the bones, such as magnetic compass bearing, have an unusual power or ability to attract. A gravity form of magnetism from the whirling vortex of each, you know, they call it planets. Again, I don't subscribe to that, but this is what the person wrote. At 30 degrees, right, 30 degrees bubble, it is a magnetic attraction creating a magnetic grid. I've seen the grid. I've filmed the grid. I've shown the grid, right? I've shown the grid on this channel so many times, right? And the attract by appearance, emotion, or desire. The grand mothership, Nibiru, can hold many thousands of crown-shaped ships, but this mission had only 2,880 crown-shaped shams. It also has a fleet of 24 crystal cities, which we have captured. We've totally captured that with the crystal-like domes, which is around us, giving them the ability to break down light as a prism would and be able to make use of the energy. It has solar panels that are the size of pinheads or less than that, and it can generate millions and millions of megawatts of energy as well. And look at these huge, massive solar panels they're trying to sell society. This is what I mean. Like, they're taking what's already natural in there and reselling it to humanity. Like, it's such an insult. Anyway, side note. As Nibiru passed various suns or station setups in what they call the galaxy, in the heavens, we're going to call it the heavens because that's what it is, Nibiru drew an energy charge from them. Nibiru was set up for a holographic interdimensional transport. That's why I say when we leave this meat suit, right, we go through. It's not up, we go through. Heaven technically is 3 feet off what we call the ground, and you go straight through. It's not up, it's just straight through. It's an opening. It's a different vibration. It's a different vortex. It's a whole different world. It's a different place. So as Nibiru passed various sun stations set up in the heavens, Nibiru drew an energy charge from them. So Nibiru was set up for the holographic interdimensional transport, That is, it's capable of cloning itself. So that's the phantom matrix, the phantom world, right? Hologrammatically to appear in more than one place at a time, making it virtually impossible to determine which is the hologramic projection of the original. And we live in that, by the way, I'm just saying. Nibiru is capable of traveling a distance from point to point or through what they call space and time, right? Now or then. Now or then. And it manned over 144,000 crew members headed by 24 elite beings called Yahwehians. Yah, meaning agreeable, and Way, disagreeable. That stood 7 feet tall. However, on this flight, the craft Nibiru had to first pass by the planet, what they call the planet, right? E, which means he whose house is water. That's us. And is now called, well, Neptune. And okay, that's where I was getting Neptune from, right? So they're passing Neptune. They're here. This is significant with Neptune being in Aries right now. Neptune is a twin world to Anu, Uranus. And I did a video about Uranus being the primordial Titan, right? The original primordial Titan. I did that a while ago. By twin planet, okay, we know it's not a planet, but we're just gonna, use that word for right now. Sorry. I mean that Neptune is very similar in some aspects, is identical to Uranus. Uranus was originally called Kakab Shanama, which is means double, which is mirroring. These are mirroring worlds, right? So we're definitely there's something going on right now. This is why you want to stay to yourself, because there's a lot of mirroring going on, and energy can cling on to that super quickly. Energy can come through your mirror, come through any reflection it wants to. This is a level. We're at a level of a supernatural paranormal event, spiritual, heavenly, hell, event, the up and the down, the in and the out, right? Enlightenment into darkness, darkness into light, right? Uranus is also influenced by the gravity of Neptune. The gases that make up the atmosphere of Neptune and Uranus are exactly the same. The sizes of Neptune and Uranus are very similar. Colors identical. Their rotational times are similar. That's what I was getting. I was getting like magnets, one spinning this way and one spinning this way, right? Hence the scales of like Ma'at, and be careful of the pull that you're feeling, right? And remember, you want to be more spiritual than you want to be in your matter body, right? You want to always be more in your higher vibration over the matter, right? Just saying. Do what you want, though. So Uranus tilts an extreme angle of 98 degrees. That's funny because that's our temperature. You could almost say that it lies on its side as it travels around the sun. This means that the north and south polar region of Uranus experience alternate periods of day and shadow hour, summer, winter. It goes into the temperature. And Nibiru came nearer to Neptune. Its gravitational pull caused electrical storms in that realm on that Friday afternoon at 1300 hours of Earth time, some 24 billion years ago. I wonder who was there to document that. As the craft Nibiru passed Neptune, and Anu, Uranus, came from behind the planet Neptune, it caused the appearance of the bulge. Okay. And the bulge pulled on, okay, that's what I was picking up on. That's interesting. The bulge pulled on Nibiru's orbit and caused a great ship Nibiru to begin to wall up in its orbit from fear of crashing. And I feel like that's how we ended up, like, Tiamat is a dragon, first and foremost. Tiamat is a dragon. She's a self-sustaining energy force. Period. End of story. She's the primordial mother of all things, right? And Nibiru severed her. Well, actually, technically Marduk did, okay? But which created the heavens and what they call Earth. So I do find this fascinating and something to do with Neptune threw it off its compass. It veered off its original path, so it wouldn't collide with Uranus, and it collided into what's called Maldek. or Valkon. So I thought that was, kind of interesting. And then I was like getting a lot, the nine ethers, right? And that's what the whole movie Thor with the dark elves. They tell us in movies everything. They tell us everything. They're trying to insult everybody's intelligence, but a lot of us, we see and we just do. It's just the way it is. Um, so this is, and I said this is like Thor movie based off of what the Dark Elves, right? What they were trying to harness, the ninth ether, the personified themselves as flesh, blood beings. They became human beings from atoms to Adam. This is where Adam and Eve came from. So there are two kinds of ether, nine ether and six ether in human form. Nine ether, which is Negroid, right? Produced six ether, which is Caucasian. A six ether produced ghost, death, not to be mistaken with ethers of hair that range from 6, 7, 8, 9 in hair texture, from flat to hollow to round, which I found that was fascinating. Nine ether will become six ether through time and age, meaning we leave this meat suit, and six ether becomes the ghost through time. And I found that interesting with considering how much the spirit world is here, and it's showing us it's here. So, and we've been showing that as well through our content, those who are doing that kind of content. And those who just share content, share your downloads, your messages that you get from the divine, through your artwork, through your abilities. Everybody's abilities are different, but it's the same idea. We're all in the same, hopefully, vibration, right? So I just wanted to, touch base and kind of talk about that with Hopi prophecy. And that goes along with what I was reading up on with Nibiru with the red star and the blue star, which is Ra, right? And it's the light, it's just the light spectrums. It's really light spectrums, and adding more spectrums of light, hence the veil dropping, right? And that's why they say men's hearts will fail them. They're already confused. You got people out there, and I don't say, and I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, you'll get over it. If you were born a woman, embrace that shit. If you were born a man, embrace that shit. God don't make junk. God don't make a mistake. And you're in this time where this is a confusion of men and women are being born, and they're confused, and they're having, body parts changed. That's kind of weird. I'm just saying. But I'm not trying, and I'm not saying that to be judgmental, because free will and all, but we are in this time, we are in Hopi prophecy. So with that said, it is posted in the community. If you choose to check it out, cool. If you don't, that's okay too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking with me. You are greatly appreciated, you are greatly respected, and you are greatly loved, for we walk shoulder to shoulder with each other. Peace be with you.